Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, April 20th, and this is the pre-market analysis for QOL Trading. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Got some changes going on to the links below. So if you are going to be joining the Discord community, there's a new link down below. You have to go through WAP, and there is a free. You can join for free. And if you want access to the trade desk, it's going to be a nominal fee for now. You'll have to go through the process there, and there's a few steps involved. So we put that in the announcements in the Discord community. If you're having trouble, just drop a comment down below, and I'll send you those instructions. But tiny bit of a process, but once you click through it, the process is very seamless. So anyways, getting into it, if you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and then, of course, go down and hit that link below to join our Discord community through WAP, which is WHOP. Let's get into it. No economic data today. We do have a packed week, though. We have a lot of stuff going on. Tomorrow, we have core retail sales at 7:30. And some Fed speak at 9 a.m. Some home sales numbers at 9 a.m. as well. And then business inventories as well. It's tentative time when that's going to come out. As far as Wednesday, the economic data side, I see nothing there. Thursday, we got unemployment claims and flash manufacturing PMI. Flash services. Aside from that, I see nothing else there. And then Friday is pretty light as well. Let's get into the earnings, though. We do have a pretty heavy week on earnings. Got a lot of airline stocks that are reporting. You got Alaskan Airlines today after the close. And then throughout the week, there's other airlines reporting. You've got United Airlines reporting. Boeing is reporting. American Airlines on Thursday before the market. I thought I saw United in here somewhere. Yeah, United tomorrow after the close. And then, of course, Wednesday, our baby Tesla after the close. So that's going to be a big week for Tesla. So we're going to have to keep our lot size small because I anticipate some volatility there. So anyways, that being said, let's get into our data. I'll get in here. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and like this video. So we'll start out with the VIX. And, a little excitement over the weekend. So little gap up here on the VIX. We'll see what happens today. $2 pop up here. We'll see if this closes by the end of the day. If it doesn't close by the end of the day, then I'll mark it like I've marked the rest of these gaps. So we still have some gap downs from April 8th at 25.74, and then above that there's one last little tiny gap down from March 30th, sitting at $30.34. So if the VIX does elevate to those levels, unfortunately, the equities are going to have the reverse effect. So that being said, let's go into the oil market. Even though there's some tension over the weekend, and everybody knows that tomorrow is the date that there needs to be a deal signed. Otherwise, there's probably going to be more military action. Oil did not really elevate that much. There is a little tiny gap up. We'll see what happens today. If this doesn't close as well and it continues to rise, I'll plot this by the end of tomorrow. I'm not going to do it today. It's a tiny little gap up. Still below $100 a barrel. Still in between the 50 at 89.93 and the $100.72 a barrel. 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average there on the Brent crude side. And on the crude side, same thing. Still, so we're still at decent levels. We're still caught in between the same thing. $97 20-day moving average, and it's kind of hovering just above the 50-day moving average at 84.87. So a little tiny gap up, like I said, but nothing earth-shattering. Pay attention to the news today. That'll be pretty important. Let's get into the ES. Same thing. Gap down. Probably could possibly close before the market even opens in about another hour. So pay attention to that. The levels are still pretty much the same. You got a nice 71.85 is an all-time high here. I would like to see some pullbacks to some of these decent levels that we have down here. I like this 7,034 level, 7,000 $34.76. Open point of control from April 15th of 2026. Somebody explained to me, said to me over the weekend that when they turn this on, if they're really not a trader, they don't really understand this. So what we're doing here is we're pointing out levels within the market during the day that if you are trading at whatever I'm going over. So right now I go over the broader markets, and within these broader markets, this is the ES, this is the Standard & Poor's 500. There's 500 stocks in there. Primary, you've got about maybe 30% of them that are tech stocks, and all the balance of them are just different fundamental type stocks that are not tech driven. You've got health, and you've got energy, all those rest of the stocks that compile and make this index, right? So with this, we pay attention to these levels here because it's an overall indication of what's happening with the marketplace. So if you're trading and you're in the markets, we go over these levels because while these levels are happening during the day, it's not moving as slow as like it is right now. Now you can just take a look at it holistically and just map out your day. Okay, well, this is my game. This is how I map out my game plan during the day, right? That being said, these are levels. We'd like to see some pullbacks, all-time highs, 71,85.75, all-time highs, uncharted territory. We have an extension level up there at 72.36.41 on the Fibonacci level. So that's another level that we have up on the top there. Aside from that, we have nothing to truly chart on above the 71.85.75 because that's uncharted territories. Downside here, we have the levels. Pullback, I like the 70.34.76 level down here. Decent level pullback. If you lose that level, I like us to potentially pull back into this high, previous all-time high at 69.53.75. This was the previous all-time high that was sitting there in October of 2025. So that's a pretty decent level. If we pull back there, I don't mind that level at all. And then, you have all these different levels that we have below that. If the market does start getting some pressure on the downside, you can just see where these levels will come into play. This is actually probably the most ideal line right here. A level is 68.73.94 if the market did pull back there, because you could see all the consolidation right here, and then boom, it just took right off. So I like that. If the market did get some pressure on the downside, this would be an outstanding level to get along at, right? So you can't go straight up. You can have multiple days of going straight up. You can't, of course, but healthy for the market if we do get some kind of pullback. So that being said, let's get into the SPY. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button and like this video, and then go down to join our trading community with the link below that we just added over the weekend. And again, if you're having some troubles, drop a comment below and I will send you the step-by-step process to join. Also, if you are currently in the Discord community, we posted the steps in the announcement. So same thing on the SPY. Everything's going to show a little tiny gap down this morning based on the little tension that happened over the weekend, and everybody's sitting on pins and needles waiting for this deal to be signed, if it's going to be signed. So pullback levels, again, similar place here. I like this 694.65 if the market did get some pressure and pull back down. We do have a midline regressional trend line sitting up here since October 2022, and today it would come in at about 699, call it 700. So that's a psychological level too. So if the market did pull back to 700, I would expect some reaction there for the market to bounce off of that level. On the upside here, I would say that you probably get some resistance up here at the 710.62 level if the market pops up into that level. So let's get into the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's going to be the same thing. We are going to have a little gap down as soon as I can open it up. Tiny gap down on the NASDAQ. I'm not going to mark these gap downs yet. We'll see what happens after the market opens today and how the market performs. Same thing. Previous all-time high sitting here from, it was April of this year. So we'll edit this and move this over to the left so you can see it better here. So I like that. I don't mind that this level here from the 16th at call it 26,573.20. Not a bad level there, but let me just pan out a little further, and we'll go here 30. I think there's going to be some better levels here. This is a level that I like better. down here at this 25,997.09. Call it 25,000. Call it 26,000. I like if the market does pull all the way back. You do have a previous all-time high at 26,399. You'll probably get a little pop off of that if it pulls back there. But the true pullback long I like is down here at this level is 25,997. All kinds of levels to support where we're at right now. But you could just see we're very extended from these moving averages. And the 20 and the 50 are right on top of each other at 24,899.74.5, call it. And then below that, you got the 200-day moving average at 24,766. So when you have this big extension from any kind of moving average, the market tends to gravitate back to it and test these levels here. So that being said, we are elevated, so we are above the moving averages. So your thesis should be looking for pullback longs, right? Not, you're not looking for pop and fades, right? Because you are above the moving averages, which is all bullish, right? So all good signs for the long haul, but we would like to see a little pullback from the market to get a little more rubber band steam to go forward. Same thing on the Qs. Everything's going to show a little tiny gap down. Actually, this one looked like it closed right now, so that's not even going to be a gap down right now, even though it's a kind of a flash wick. It still closes that. It still does the housekeeping for you and closes that little gap there. Same thing. I would say, let's give me some more room here. I would say right here at this monthly low, 607.05 is a good level for a pullback here. I know this looks a little noisy to everybody, but this is my trading chart. So when the markets are open, when the markets are open and moving, and if I, actually pop up the Qs at the time, if somebody wants to see the Qs, they could see where the levels are coming into play. Live data right at the moment, right? Because you don't have time to be fumbling around with your charts. I do have some clean levels, right? So you can go here to clean, but it's not really showing you anything here. So this is where the money is right here. So there is some room to pull back. So again, I like this 607.05. If we pulled all the way back down there, it's another 50 points. So it's a big move if you did get there. So, but you do have all kinds of levels that it can pull back into. All these previous all-time highs, the 642.18. Not, that's a high from Thursday. Not a bad level if it does for the first level. You can watch that and see, what kind of volume comes in when it's pushing back down towards these levels. You've got another, here was a high from Wednesday, 637.08, kept making all-time high, stepping up higher. Here, here's another one right here, 629.21. So you can see they're stepping higher, right? So currently, if you do pop and you make a new high today at 650, we're still going to be in an upward trend. So watch that level right there. You have these levels on the downside. Take a screenshot and you can add them to your charts. Anyways, that's going to be it for the broader markets and this Find the Qs. So we'll get into Tesla. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button and like this video. Go down and join our Discord community and through the link down below. So Tesla, we will get into Tesla. By the way, my buddy out in Zurich, I know I owe you some levels for Microsoft, United Healthcare, Microsystems, and Fiserv, I think that's pronounced. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make some screenshots and give you some commentary and replace that in our Discord channel in the channel room called Levels. Also, if anybody has any other stocks they want me to give levels on, just post a request in that channel room called Levels, and I will get to it. And I will post, I'll give you screenshots in there, and sometimes I'll go over some videos for you. But most of the time, I'll just give you a screenshot. It'll be easier for everybody, and that way you can have it on your platform. As far as Tesla is concerned, had a nice little pop-up into this 409. We will, again, I'm going to start make it noisy for you, but this is what I can see. So we were saying this on Friday, that with this move that Tesla had, that was the ideal spot, 407.29. We did pop through it and got up to 409.28. And it came right in line with this regressional trend line that I've had here since January of 2023. And then we rejected right off of that, and then we came right down. So that's a pretty strong level there. Plus, if you get above that, this is the money level right here, this 414.50. It's a previous all-time high. It was always struggling at that level. That was the original all-time high from from November of 2021. So you're going to watch those levels right there if Tesla does pop. We do want to see a little pullback. I would say for today, you're going to watch this 200-day moving average sitting down here at 390.64. It's a 200-day exponential moving average. So I like that if the market does pull back to this level. It's actually just below the low from Friday, which isn't bad. I would say, you're going to want to hold these levels though, because if you lose like this level right here, this 387.53, if the market does pull back here, it's a pretty strong level. It's a February monthly low from this year. I like this level. You saw how the market responded to it. I would say though, if you do lose this level, then you're going to have to be worried about this big move that we had right here. And don't forget, we have Tesla earnings on Wednesday after the close this week. So you're going to have some pretty volatile moves on Tesla this week. I would say maybe leading up to the earnings call, maybe you're going to get some upward movement until the call comes, and then you never know what's going to happen there. There has been a lot of news being posted about Tesla these days, about new factories being opened up for chips and different information regarding their autonomous driving, which is pretty common for them to be putting out, any kind of company to be putting out little news clips about the company leading up to the earnings. So be careful. I would say, watch your lot size here. That being said, let's go into what we're going to do for today. I'm going to start out the morning with today's expiration date, which is February, which is April 20th, which is today. I'm going to start out with the 400 calls. So you can see we closed at 462. So we are just below it, and we are hovering right at the 200-day moving average at 398.87. So you see this premium close at $5.10. I expect this premium to probably open up in the fours. We are, because it is expiring today. Maybe, and I would say maybe low fours, because regarding theta, which is your time decay, you lost some time decay over the weekend, and now because today is 0DT, this will probably be pretty volatile. On the put side, I'm going to start out with the 395 puts. You can see it closed at 242, and it is rising right now, but it's still, the market's rising right now, but it's still below the close. So I would expect this probably open up maybe in the high twos. It could even open up in the threes if we stay below the previous close. But we're kind of trapped in here right now between the 200-day moving average, which is sitting at, call it 398.85, and the previous day closed at 462. So let's see what the market's going to show you on the open today. And then as far as what we did on Friday, going over our 5-minute opening range trade, another beautiful day for that trade here. You saw your range that you had in the morning was 391.65 to 399. Once you broke out at about, I would say 9:35, so about an hour later, you got that beautiful move. All right, so Tesla's been giving you some really good moves over the last, I would say Thursday was not great, but Wednesday was obviously fantastic, right? Look at that, that was a fantastic day. Thursday was just kind of like a little profit taking maybe, and then there was your follow through on Friday. So now Friday, we're still holding up right now. So these are big levels that you want to hold for Tesla. The 394 is going to be a huge level. This is a monthly high from February of 2025. So it's a break and retest here. So you broke that level, come back down, and we have not tested it. Kind of barely tested it here in the post market. So it's showing me that 394 is still a pretty decent level right now. So we're going to hang on to that level for now. If we lose this, if we lose the low for Thursday, I think we come down and test that 390.64 level, which is right at the 50-day moving average as well. So this, you should get some support down there too. If you lose that though, then you can start, you're going to have to start watching your levels down here and hope that these levels come in and help you, because otherwise, what happens with Tesla when you have these big sharp moves, they get filled really quick. You had a nice little move here on Friday. That's already gone, right? That already came back down, completed that whole move on the downside. We are moving up right now, still holding it, which is pretty good. But this is the move that you want to worry about, right? So if we lose this 381.64 level, if it does get down there, then you're going to lose this whole Wednesday move, and you're coming back down here to the 20-day moving average, 367.80, right? So we still have our open point and control levels above us, and we still have that one sitting below us, right? So this point of control was filled. This 397.98 obviously was filled last week. Let me get over here to current. So that was filled, but I'm leaving that level up there because I'm liking the way that the market's responding off that level. So to me, I'm leaving that level as a key level. On the upside, we still have levels that are open here. 455.12, that was from January of 2026, and then 478.39, which is from December from the all-time highs there. We still have this open point of control that down here at 334.07. Really, really wish that got filled. Really wish it got filled over here. Didn't quite get down here. Got to 337. This would have been a nice housekeeping move if it came down and touched this level, filled that level, and then moved its way up. But it's still levels keeping it open because it did not come back down and test that level. So anyways, that's going to be what what I'm going to do for today. As the market opens, continues to open, I will probably switch to, they don't have Wednesday expiration dates this week because of earnings call on Wednesday. So the only expiration dates they have this week are today, which is April 20th, and Friday, which is April 24th. So I'll see how these perform today. If they start getting wacky, I'll go to Friday's expiration date, and then I'll probably expand the calls quite significantly because you're going to get a big move on the earnings call. I'll probably, if I ditch the expiration dates from today, I'll go to Fridays, and I'll probably go to a 425 call and a 475 put. So you could see, and why is that big? Why would I do that and give myself such a big gap between the price? It's because you have 5 days of time decay. So you have plenty of time. So as a matter of fact, this will show you where you're at here. So this is what it looks like. This is where it closed. Closed at $4.95 and the $425 calls that expire on Friday, and the 375 puts close at 345, which expire on Friday. So the premiums are still pretty solid, right? So you can trade that as long as the volumes are. So I'm going to pay attention to the way the today's expirations trade, and I'll see if they start getting too funky for me. Then I'll take a look at the volume on Friday's expiration date, and then I could possibly switch just to buy myself 5 days of theta. So aside from that, that's it. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and like this video. And then if you want to join our trading community, you can join it both free, and also if you want to join the trade desk where we do live trading from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time, that's going to be a nominal fee, and that's all done through the link below. And WAP is the third-party website that we use. So anyways, and again, if you're having trouble with that, just go down and drop a line in the comments, and we will help you with that. The directions it's a bit of a step, but process is pretty seamless. So and also we posted the steps in the announcements in our Discord channel. Aside from that, that's it. If I don't see you in the trading desk, I will see everybody tomorrow morning. Have a great day,